Across the vast heartland of Russia, fires light up the night sky, not from celebrations, but from explosions. Ukrainian long-range drones are striking deep inside Russian territory, hitting oil refineries that once powered the Kremlin's war machine. Nearly 4 years after the invasion of Ukraine began, Moscow's plan for a quick victory has turned into a costly, grinding war, and now even the Russian homeland is feeling the pain. The war comes home. Ukraine's drone campaign has become one of the most daring tactics of the war. Since mid-2025, at least a dozen major refineries across Russia have been damaged or shut down, from Ryazan near Moscow to Dagestan in the far south. Each strike may seem small on its own, but together they've forced Russia, one of the world's biggest oil producers, to ration fuel and even import gasoline from its neighbors. The Ryazan refinery, one of Russia's largest, was hit multiple times, igniting massive fires and halting key production units. In Dagestan, another drone crippled a smaller plant that fuels military operations near the Caucasus. Even deeper inside Russian territory, plants in Samara, Orenburg, and Ufa, vital to the country's refining network, have all suffered damage. Satellite images show plumes of smoke visible for miles. By October, Ukraine had managed to strike nearly half of Russia's major refining facilities, reducing the country's total fuel output by as much as 10 to 20%, according to Western estimates. These attacks are more than symbolic. Russia's economy relies heavily on oil exports, and disruptions ripple quickly through the system. In some regions, gas stations have run dry, long lines have formed at pumps, and prices for fuel have surged to the highest levels in over a decade. Official data show retail gasoline costs jumping over 12% in just 1 year, the fastest rise since 2011. A BBC investigation found fuel shortages in more than 50 Russian regions following the latest wave of strikes. To contain the crisis, the Kremlin has scrambled to act. Officials have banned exports of gasoline and diesel to keep enough supply at home, ordered state companies to stabilize prices, and even imported fuel from Belarus, an awkward move for a country that usually exports oil to the world. Russian companies have also begun experimenting with lower-quality fuel additives, reversing environmental bans to boost octane ratings and stretch supply. Meanwhile, security forces have installed anti-drone nets over refineries and mobilized veterans to guard key sites. Clear signs of how much these strikes are shaking Moscow's confidence. Experts say the real impact goes beyond fuel shortages. As refineries go offline, Russia loses valuable export revenue, billions that fund its military and government. Inflation is climbing, consumer confidence is dipping, and logistics costs are rising across industries. While the military's diesel supply remains relatively stable, everyday Russians are starting to feel the squeeze. Longer commutes, higher food prices, and constant uncertainty are creating quiet frustration beneath the surface. Analysts have called Ukraine's strikes kinetic sanctions, physical attacks meant to achieve what Western economic sanctions couldn't. Instead of targeting soldiers, these drones aim at Russia's economic backbone, its energy infrastructure. The goal: make Putin's war financially unsustainable and remind ordinary Russians that the invasion comes at a personal cost. By timing the strikes during summer, when fuel demand peaks for travel and farming, Ukraine maximized the disruption. Still, experts caution against assuming Russia's collapse is near. Oil refineries are vast, compartmentalized, complexes designed to contain explosions and resume operations quickly. Most damaged plants are back online within weeks. Ukraine's drones also have limited payloads and range, making it difficult to permanently destroy such massive facilities. Without heavier long-range missiles, which Kyiv continues to request from its Western allies, these strikes will remain harassing but not decisive. Russia, of course, has retaliated. Its missile and drone barrage is on. Ukraine's power grid have left millions facing blackouts and heating shortages as winter looms. Both sides are now locked in a brutal energy war, each trying to freeze or exhaust the other's population. For Putin, the growing domestic fallout is a dangerous sign. History has shown how quickly fuel shortages can ignite unrest. Just look at Kazakhstan's 2022 protests, which began with a gas price spike. So far, the Kremlin insists that Russians remain united, but cracks are showing. As economic stress spreads, public patience could thin, turning a distant war into a very personal crisis. Ukraine's drone campaign has exposed vulnerabilities in what was once seen as one of the world's most secure energy systems. Whether these strikes can change the course of the war remains uncertain. But they've already changed the narrative. For the first time, Russia's war is being fought not just in Donbass or Crimea, but in its own backyard. From the skies above Russia's oil heartlands to the power plants of Ukraine, the war's new front is one of energy, endurance, and economics. Whoever controls the flow of fuel may soon control the course of this war. Subscribe for more deep dive updates on global conflicts and energy, geopolitics,